Not bad. What is up, YouTube? Hope you guys are all doing well. As per the usual, I'm heading to the gym a little bit later than normal. Current time is 6:56 in the AM. It is August 9th, I believe. August 9th. 40 walks, 7.5 thousand steps. What is with the difference? Why did we get up a little bit later? Why did we walk a bit more? Actually got up at the same time, got up at 5, which I love, but we did walk for about an extra 20 minutes. The reason being, Planet Fitness is not open until 7 a.m. on Saturdays and Sundays, and so we have a bit of time, a bit of a reprieve, if you want to say that, from the early morning bustle, but still bustled my ass out. Managed to put my rice with some vinegar and water to soak for tomorrow. You guys know the freaking drill, or maybe you don't, but I soak my brown rice now for phytic acid. It has more minerals than white, but that way by soaking it, you can minimize both the arsenic and the phytic acid content of the bran, so you kind of get the best of both worlds in a way. But experimenting, guys, never stop experimenting. That's the freaking motto. So that said, nothing much more to say. This is going to drive me crazy if this thing is clacking along the entire walk, but I don't know why I said nothing much more to say. I actually have a lot more to say. I had a massive fucking revelation yesterday. So past, I don't even know, 6 months? Who knows how long, but for a while now, pretty much since the start of the last cut, I made a major nutritional difference, dietary difference, which is that I started splitting up my daily macros into 5 or 6 meals a day. And what happened is, one, I found that it made cutting way easier because I was more satiated. But two, it also coincided with a bit of a plateau. Now, this plateau in performance was at the same time as a pretty strict deficit, like energy-wise, like I was just cutting, right? And so I didn't really notice it as much, but even coming to this maintenance phase, I feel like my gains, my rebound has been slower than normal. And I did notice I was losing a lot more muscle towards the end of my cut than prior. That's also when I kind of lowered my protein and up my meal frequency. And I was kind of wondering for a while, like, why is this the case? Because one, scientific literature showed that protein requirement shouldn't really be that much above 0.8 gram per pound at the most, really. It's a standard deviation above the minimum. And so, what's going on? Well, turns out there's something called leucine mTOR signaling. And what that means is that there is an amino acid called leucine, which is one of the 9 essential amino acids you have to get from your food. And it so happens that unless you get above 2.5 grams per meal, usually that's the threshold, unless you get that or more, you're not going to stimulate the mTOR pathway. And that pathway is what actually starts the muscle building process. And so I went back, analyzed my meals, and I realized most of my meals that consisted of about 25 to 30 grams of protein, about only 2/3 of which was from animal sources. Man, I was not hitting that leucine threshold, man. Most of my meals were like 1 to 2 grams of leucine, right? That means I was not stimulating that muscle building pathway, and you need a big enough bolus at one time to do that, right? So it's not really something that you can do by just splitting up your meals a ton to very small meals and just having them very frequently. It will not activate that leucine threshold. And so basically been potentially stunting my gym growth, not on purpose, obviously, but potentially to a noticeable degree for months. And so at least I did it during a cut, but at the same time, I think I accelerated my rate of muscle loss because of that, because I essentially was not having the, anabolic, or I should say anti-catabolic effects, because I was in a deficit of my workouts and my meals. So that's not the best scenario. I'm actually pretty disappointed in myself for overlooking that, but you live, you learn, man. I've only been in this for a few years, Goes to show you can't ever stop researching. The only reason I even found this out was I was just digging online, procrastinating like usual, looking up nutrition science, which is my true passion, I hope. And I was like, man, something is not up, right? Something is up with my programming, because I kept seeing this deficit, so to speak, in my planning. And man, I don't know what I'm gonna do, because they're blocking off these roads because of a marathon or some shit. So I don't know how I'm gonna get back home. But I kept seeing this nutritional sort of deficit pop up in these Reddit posts and stuff. People ask about leucine. I'm like, what the fuck is this? Turns out I'm not even hitting my own leucine threshold. And so TLDR, never stop analyzing, never stop researching. I just found a major gap that could have really potentially had a huge effect on the muscle gain. You might be thinking that's kind of stupid. Why even worry about that? Just get enough protein. The thing is, most people are not dividing their protein into as small of bullets as I was. I mean, I had some meals where I was only getting like 12, 14 grams of protein from animal sources. Like less than 3-ounce servings here. And I was doing that because I thought, well, as long as I'm hitting my total macros, I can just split into 6 or 7 meals, I'm fine. Not true, right? And so fell into a common pitfall, which is overanalyzing the macros, losing the big picture. I would have been better off just doing what I used to do, eating 3 bigger meals a day, actually hitting that, leucine mediated mTOR signaling pathway threshold, getting some muscle gains. But that sounds like a bunch of gibberish, because it mostly is. TLDR, eat your meals, eat 3 to 5 meals a day, and make sure you're splitting the protein at minimum in 30-gram boluses. That means do not go below 30 grams of quality protein per meal, or else you're likely not going to be hitting the minimum amount of leucine, a specific amino acid, to stimulate muscle building. Now, it's possible if you're getting lower quality sources, like say you're vegan or vegetarian, you can make that work absolutely. You just have to be smarter about where you get your protein from. For example, you do rice, beans, has a lot of leucine, but then you have to add some sunflower seeds in there to get more methionine so that you're not limited amino acid wise. That, for example, is a bit harder to think about, but you might need 40 grams of protein from those vegetable sources to hit that minimum leucine threshold with all your other amino acids balanced as well. So the easiest way to do it is just make sure you're getting 30 grams of protein from a lean animal, 28, usually 27 to 30 from a lean animal source, and then combine that with whatever carbs you're getting per meal, you usually find. If not, shooting around that 3-gram mark, because it's a little bit safer, but if you're getting like 25, 20 of which is from animal sources, probably you're actually shooting below that 2.5 mark. At least I was, and that's about what I was doing. So keep that in mind. But it means I have to rethink a lot of my minimum daily spending on diet guides. You know what I mean? Where I was like, oh, you can only spend like $2 a day. Still possible, but you have to rethink that. And I think actually that's when a lot of vegetable sources might win out. Excuse me. All right, that said, we're about a block away from the gym. Opened at 7, so it's been open for about 2 minutes. Probably means with this kind of fitness that everything is taken because it fills up like that. So, hopefully it's not the case. If it is what it is. But I'm looking to get basically a squat rack, nothing else much, because we're going to be hitting squats and bench today, and I am sore as hell. Forgot to mention that, but it's kind of what I wanted to say first. I am sore as hell. Looked great this morning. I feel like in a pose down, but man, I'm feeling like my whole posterior is just shot. I think from SLDLs. I did 2 sets yesterday. Haven't done those in a while, and they always light up my freaking ham. So hopefully it won't affect squats too much or push, but we'll have to see. Again, there and check it out. I hope this mic is working, but first set, so incline bench. No Smith this time, just because why not? Figured might as well go back to doing a bit of free weight. Nothing wrong with that. So it's basic as it gets. 185. Bit of a higher incline than normal, but is it a 3? I think. Arbitrary, but I don't know. I like to really feel my upper chest, and sometimes I feel get too much lower chest circulation if I put the incline lower. So I don't mind doing this. 2 sets, and then people above from there with a bit of squats. So I'm fine. Let's get it. That'd be a bit heavy. 185. Haven't done this for a while on an incline. A little wider grip. I like to accidentally freaking bring out storage because I've been deleting videos, forgetting that you need to go to trash and press clear. So whatever happens, I guess. But anyway, with incline bench. Just at one set, 185 is too heavy. I only got 2 reps and dropped to 165. I think I got 4. So going back to 165. Hopefully, I don't know, more than 5. I'll have to see. Going pretty wide grip though, pretty upper chest bias, so bodybuilding style. Let's see if we can get a good amount. Alright. I don't know why these squat arms are so damn short. But anyway. Actually, it's kind of crazy how short they are. Shit. Just realized I don't know how I'm gonna squat. This squat arms are short, but regardless, that was an okay set. I think that was like 6. I'll watch the footage back, but let's do some squats. Alright, so I haven't squatted in a while, like just free weight squat, but 225 is about on par with what I was doing at Smith. I think Smith I was doing I think it's 245, but a bit of a difference, right? So I can hit this for, if I can get at least 8, that'd be freaking awesome. But we'll see. I'm thinking maybe just one set. Let's see how one set feels. If I do one set, I'll probably do 2 sets of leg extension. I think that'd be just about adequate for a really good quad session. Because I am pretty glute fatigued from yesterday. So one set of these make it count. Moving on. That's a solid 8. I think I'll take that. Alright. I kind of say fucking easy weather, but I think I'd blow up my back. So, let's leave that as is. Go do some leg extensions. Whew. Might pass out. Alright. A lot of raises and biceps next. We can 2 sets of each supersetted. So, 25. Starting off. 20, we're gonna play 14 on lateral raises, which is too much. So, 25. And we'll go for like 10 or so. Okay. So I'm like 12, 13. Let's go to biceps. Forties. Okay. Those are 11. 12. I think 11. I'll take a second and do some more side lats. Okay. Got a 9.5. 25, so then we'll do one more set buys. Okay. That's all 4. Alright, let's do some more. Quad. Alright, good leg extension. I feel like I've been making a mistake for a while now of going too heavy on these and not getting like full round, so lower the weight a bit, and then 90. I think this should be light enough for me to get like 8 plus 4 round, but we'll see. Almost done here with the workout. Okay, that's good. I'll do one more of that. Ooh. Solid 12. Yeah. Okay, that's all night. I think that's it. Calves are not really feeling quite recovered enough to do a set, so I'm just giving a break for today. And then tomorrow, maybe, probably 2 days from now, we'll throw out some calves. Let's go, boys down. All right, back in the good old Planet Fitness posing room, if you want to call it that, mini locker. Not gonna yap. You guys know the drill. It's a good ass freaking workout. I'm happy, excited to be back to doing compounds. I just like it more. It's way more fun. So tomorrow's probably gonna be a bit like yesterday, and the day after that's gonna be a bit like today. But until then, we have about 9,000 steps walked. So that means I'm gonna walk home and probably be done. So this posing is the last thing I gotta do before I'm gonna be relaxing pretty much for the rest of the day. I'm excited. Let's go get it done. All right. Actually, let me do one more pose. All right. That's freaking enough, and I'm damn satisfied with that pose down. I mean, God, I feel like I haven't looked this full, this lean, bleep loaded in a long time. And so, whatever we're doing right now, it's freaking going well. So I'm gonna keep doing what I'm doing. But man, like I said, I cannot get enough of these freaking compound workouts, morning walks, this whole routine right now. I mean, it's not even 8. I'm basically done for the day, which is awesome. So that said, I don't have much more to freaking do. I got to go back and get a meal in. That's the most important thing on my mind right now. But yeah, until then, you guys know the freaking drill. Thanks for staying along for the ride today. What an awesome workout. I mean, we were just really drying out, which is great. Sodium's pretty low right now, so I think that's part of it. I think I'm going to try and keep my sodium around this level because I don't feel, as long as I'm not cramping, fine by me. So that said, not too much more to say. I said that like 10 times now. But yeah, catch you guys for the next freaking vid. Until then, you know the drill. Stay lean, stay huge, stay hungry. Jaden out. Catch you guys next time for another episode of Gains and Glory. Peace.